Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our very first 2022-2023 Hartford Public Schools Family Learning Session. This time we are getting connected with ParentSquare. Thank you to those of you who are at the webinar and those of you who will be watching this later in case you missed it. Tonight we have with us, well, I'm Vivian Alvarado. I'm the Family Engagement and School Governance Council Manager for the district. We have Alejandro Martinez, who is our Family and Community Support Service Provider Lead at the district office. And then with us, we have Michelle Martinez, who is an FCSSB. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who is FCSSB at McDonough. We love Michelle. She is amazing. She rocks ParentSquare, both as a parent and as a staff member. So does Alejandro. First, I will be saying some instructions in Spanish for those who need interpretation. So bear with me. Para escuchar el audio en español, tienen que hacer clic cuando entren al webinar en el link que le enviamos. Entras al webinar y entonces usted va a ver en la parte de abajo de la ventanilla, va a haber un globo que parece como un globo terráqueo o un globo como los del internet. Cuando usted entonces le da clic ahí, va a tener, van a salir tres opciones: audio original, audio en inglés y audio en español. Seleccione audio en español y una vez usted selecciona el audio en español, entonces puede darle mute al audio original. Y entonces ahí solamente va a escuchar a nuestra intérprete Alba. For those of you who do not need Spanish translation, please go ahead and select English. So that way, if somebody asks a question in the Spanish interpretation channel, Alba can translate and say it in English. So that way we can have a conversation among everybody. All right, so ParentSquare. Just quick note, Alba will not be translating my dog's barks today. We do not, we do not do that. So ParentSquare basics, what is it and what can be done through ParentSquare, right? So it's a very simple tool, but it's a very powerful and useful tool. So don't be fooled by the fact that it's simple. It's a communication tool designed to keep families, all of you, and the district connected. So you will be informed of everything that's happening in your child's school or your children's different schools and at the district level. So before, the school would send things in a way, and then the district would send things in a different way. Now everything goes through ParentSquare. So it's a one-stop shop. You can go, you can look for your schools. I don't know, let's say McDonough or West Middle or Sands, whichever school. You can go and look at their posts and their activities, but you can also look at Hartford Public Schools as a district and see our activities and our posts as well. So a few things that can be done. We're trying to be the pros at ParentSquare, but obviously ParentSquare is the pro at ParentSquare, but we'll take you through a few things that we can do. You can receive all classroom notifications. So teacher specific, if you have a child at Mrs. Rivera's class, Mrs. Rivera can send, I've seen beautiful like messages of pictures and little things that the kids are doing at school, crafts, what have you. You can do text or messaging with your teachers and like your FCSSB, for example. I'll show you that later. So those are direct messages. You can reserve or RSVP for events, right? If there's a open house or if there is a PTO event that was posted, or if there is something actually through the district, you can RSVP there. I'm sorry. And appreciate those who post messages. So just give us a little bit of love every time you see a post from Hartford Public Schools. You can just click that little heart and you appreciate that. So I will leave this here just a few seconds. If you don't have the app, you can actually grab your phone and put the camera on. And then if you get it, maybe that this is what, like maybe 8 inches from it, a little link will pop below that says, for example, this one says Play Google and the other one says App Store. You click on that and it will take you to the App Store where you can download ParentSquare already. I already have it, so I just have to open, but that's how you do it. Angela, I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat now. Angela, ¿usted pudo entrar al...? No, usted acaba de escribir el mensaje. Ángela, cuando usted ve la página, la ventanilla, usted ve un globo terráqueo abajo, ahí le puede dar clic para que entonces escuche la traducción. Thank you, Deb. Ángela, me deja saber por mensaje si lo pudo hacer, ¿ok? All right. Moving on, we're trying to get somebody to listen to the Spanish translation, so that's happening as we speak. Other ways to use the platform, which is actually my favorite way, but this is my favorite way because I'm a district staff, so this is my perspective. I like to go on ParentSquare online on the web post, actually. I do like to get, gracias, Angela. I do like to get the text messages and the emails with the news. But for example, for me to actually go and look through, I like to go on the website. It might be because I like the big picture. So, but if you're like a parent on the go, and you might want the phone app better. So, to activate your account, you can activate via text or email. When children are registered to Hartford Public Schools, ParentSquare and PowerSchool are actually connected. So whatever information is in your child's account on PowerSchool is where we're going to send that link. So if you had a different phone number last year or a different email last year, and you're asking us to send you that information, that's where it will go. So please make sure that you have updated your information in your child's school with your executive assistant or office assistant. Your FCSSP can help you with that too. So make sure that we have the correct information, and then we can send the activation email or text, and then you can just go ahead and activate your ParentSquare account. You have the option of logging on with Google or using your phone number. The way that families are set up is, again, with your email and phone number with the information that we have. I cannot stress this enough. If you don't remember or don't know whether we have the correct information or not, please call the school or visit the school to make sure that we have that and that we can send that link to you so you can get connected with ParentSquare. All right, so now we're going to do a little team duty over here. I am going to stop sharing the presentation, which will be sent to everybody. Don't worry about this. This will post this out. But I am going to actually go into ParentSquare so you guys can see what we're looking at, how to go on, and what we can do on it. I will have to say that since I am not a parent at the district, there are certain things that I cannot do, but I can do most of the things. So Alejandro and Michelle, you'll help me voicing over what the heck it is I'm doing.
Hi, everyone. This is Michelle. I'm the FCSSP at McDonough. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Awesome. I'm so sorry I can't join you guys on camera, but I am here. And I will say, as a parent, this is such a useful tool for me. One thing I noticed last year, I'd write attendance letters and they'd never get to where they needed to go. And then it makes me look like that parent that doesn't send their attendance letters in. And I can just literally go on ParentSquare, send the letter myself and know it got there. And, you know, there's simple things like that. I have easy contact with the parents, and Viviana's going to go through some of the stuff now She actually sent me a message earlier, and it was really neat, the way she sent it and the way the message got sent back to her. So she's going to kind of go over that also.
Yes, y'all missed my excitement, but don't worry, I could do it again. So this is what it looks like when we go on ParentSquare.com. It's really very simple. I like how it's like directly. Please download the app or log on. No ads, no nothing. I already have my email and password set up, so I could just log on directly. This is what I look at because I'm a district staff, but let's go to a school. I don't know, I'm just gonna pick the first school. Let's say your child is at Betances Learning Lab, and this is what they see, right? Very important to know, I do have it in Spanish because I do want to stress that we can access ParentSquare in a lot of languages, right? So while, let's say Maria Elena, this is Maria Elena Molina, she's the FCSSP at Betances Learning Lab. Let's say Maria Elena posted a flyer that is in English and Spanish, and that's okay. She has the English and Spanish flyer, but over here, all of this that you see is not only translated in English and Spanish. You could do Portuguese, Italian, French, I think Russian, a multitude of languages. So please make sure that you go on this corner. I am so sorry about that again. That you go on this corner and you can change, right? Like I just clicked, it changed to English. Those are the only two languages that I speak, so those are the ones that you will see. Although there's something in the chat. Oh,
that was me, Viviana.
I looked at it, no work. All right, so this is what we're looking at. So, and let's say this is from the school. While you get a lot of things from the school, this one is from Hartford Public Schools. So when you log on, you actually can see whatever the district has sent and whatever the school has sent, which is super cool, actually. You don't have to like go on necessarily, I mean, visit the district website, absolutely. I'm not saying don't do that, but you don't have to go to the district website to look for something over there, or you don't have to just go to the school website to look for something over there. Everything is in one space. So that's one of the like super cool things that we have on ParentSquare.
Yeah. If you actually go to the site, Viviana, good evening, everyone. Alejandro Martinez. As Ms. Alvarado mentioned, I'm the lead FCSSP for the district. So I'm kind of located at central office, but I spend almost just about 20% of the time at central office and 80% time at the school. I'm also a parent for the Hartford Public School System. So I actually get to see the staff version of ParentSquare and also the parent version. If Viviana, I'm not quite sure if you want to go up to the top so that we can show the parents that the schools actually can post photos, calendars, videos. So if you look on the right-hand side, there you go. So if you look at the right-hand side, it says the calendar of events. So the school actually can go in there and post the events that they're having for the month. That way, if they actually post it on ParentSquare, but you don't really want to go through all the posts, you can actually see it there. In addition to that, as you can see going at the bottom, any photos of any activities that the school wants to share. Most of the time it's the FCSSPs that's posting photos of any flyers or of any events, any fun events will be posted there, in addition to videos, because there's a lot of our schools like to do videos, right? So it's not just about posting, because it's kind of nice to get the message across, not just with the flyer, but also with the video. And then so the files are there, and any links, obviously, that the FCSSP school shares, or even central office, you'll find those at the bottom with the links. On the left-hand side, if we go to messages, Viviana, let me know if I am moving too fast or moving it along, right? So if we go to messages and you click to messages, this is when you can actually click and communicate with your child's teacher, right? So if you click on that, you can actually click, so it looks, so see, this is where it looks a little bit different for me, Viviana, as a parent. Right? So as a parent, when you go up, it actually gives you, the box comes up of the options of all the teachers that you're in my case, my sons have, my boys, right? So that way you can just click on it. So let's say I'm going to use one of the teachers as an example, Miss Jernigan. So her name will already be there with like a checkbox, right? And all the other teachers, and you're able to click on that teacher and send her a direct message. This is one of the features that unfortunately Viviana doesn't have access to. But once you click on messages, pretty much it comes on the left-hand side, it comes up your child's information and all the teachers that he or she interacts throughout the day. And then a conversation will pop up just like this one that Viviana pops up right now, right? So that way you don't have to search for the teacher. You don't have to, especially if you want to speak to, the phys ed teacher or the science teacher, you don't have to search for that name. It should already be there on your child's page once it comes up, and you can communicate through there. Michelle, anything that I might have missed?
No, I think you pretty much got everything. We did get a question in the chat, and the question was, what if the teacher or staff name does not appear on the list of staff? I think I'm going to go in and double check. I think you can type the name in and it should pop up if they're in that school. Let me jump in and double check that one.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Michelle. You see, that's why I like this team. We
Yes,
work
listen, if one of us doesn't have the answer, the other one always, we never say to anyone we don't
for
know.
sure.
We
sure.
always say, give us a second and we'll double check right on the spot. So teamwork makes the dream work.
Right.
Yeah, and I think also, this is Deb, that if a teacher doesn't show up in there, as a parent, just let your FCSSP know, and then they can report that to our technology manager who manages ParentSquare and PowerSchool, and they can make sure that that teacher is going to show up for you in the future.
And to answer the question for Ms. Vargas, yes, sí, el mensaje va a ir directamente a la maestra o al maestro que usted seleccionó. Yes, the message will go directly to the teacher that you selected.
Yes, please know that if I select Alejandro, nobody else in the school will see those messages, because I know that was something that families did bring up. They were concerned, like, hey, do I send this message and everybody sees it? Absolutely not. So if your teacher sends a message out to everybody in the classroom and you're replying to her or him or them, they are the only ones that are going to see it. So don't worry about that. All right, so, okay, there's.
Hey, hi guys, can I just jump in quick, a quick little find that I came up with? I think the question came from Miss Hisks. So if you go in where it says recipients underneath all the names, and you actually, well, at least this comes up for me. So I'm now going to try it on the parent side too. You type the name, whatever names are in that school will come up as teachers. And then again, exactly, if you can't find that teacher, just call the FCSSP and let us know, and we'll make sure that it gets corrected immediately.
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle. So now we showed you how it looks, what you can see, what we share, right? What I'm going to show you now, what we're going to show you now is when you get a message, right? So let's say, your teacher needed to send you a message directly. Hey, I sent this home with so-and-so because it's important for you to sign it, or what have you, or hey, can we have a conversation? I would love to meet with you. So when you go on your web app, and we are going to show you the phone app by pictures, because I can't stream from my phone. But when you go to the web app, when you look to your left-hand side, you will see news, or in I have it in Spanish, messages. So this is where we go. And you see it says 1, but this is by school, right? So if you have a child at McDonough and then you have a child at Noah Webster, you won't just see everything. You select the school and that's where you see the message. So FCSSP at McDonough, I sent her, hi, Michelle, this is a test, blah, blah, blah. Michelle actually did respond to me in English because that was the message that I typed. I typed it in English, but as you can see, it translated the entire thing. It also translated my own message. So I just want to ensure that all of you know and have an understanding that ParentSquare is very accessible, especially with languages. And for what I can tell, I can't speak for other languages, but at least the Spanish is a very good translation with the accents and everything. I'm going to go in the chat because I see 2 messages. Okay.
And I think one of the first questions that came in a couple of minutes ago is, how can I know who the nurse and social worker at the school and how I can get in contact with them? If you provide me with, this is coming from Ms. Leandra Contijo. If you actually provide me the name of the school, I won't be able to give you that information, but I can give you the name of the family community support service provider, and that person will be able to provide you that information directly.
A pretty cool feature on ParentSquare also, if you go under recipient, like who you're going to send the message to, and you type nurse, usually the name of the school nurse will pop up. And the same thing for social worker. The social workers listed for that school with the grades that they're assigned to should also pop up.
Oh, look.
Perfect.
I just did it.
Perfect.
And then social worker too. Oh, it don't do it for the social worker, huh? It's okay. It did the nurse. It did the nurse. Nurse line. Okay. Oh, look, Maria Elena responded to my message. I'm so excited about this, guys. Okay, next question. We had another question, and I think Alex, both your kids are in the one school. Michelle, you have kids in different schools, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this question you might be able to help. It says, in my case, I have 2 kids in different schools, but she only has one working and she can't see the other. How does that work?
So what I would do is contact the school and make sure that all the information is correct on the other child's file. So what happens is both of my children, so last year, one went to McDonough, one went to Great Path. This year, they're both at Great Path, but they each have their own ParentSquare file. So it comes up both of their names and what school they attend. Or last year, it would come up McDonough and Great Path, and I would click on the school and it'd show each child's information. So I would probably call the school and have that information checked that the email's correct on the child that's not showing up. And if it's still a problem, I would definitely contact the FCSSP immediately so that they can see what's going on. But it might just be a glitch with an email or a phone number connection with the other child that's not there.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, so I think we're good for the web app. Let's go back to the presentation so we can go over the screenshots of the phones. All right, so web browser, we did all this. All right, so phone. Oop. Oh, thank you, Deb. Deb posted the nurses by school, so you can find your school nurse there. But please connect with the FCSSP. All right, so the phone app. Let's talk about how we can view and send messages via the ParentSquare phone app. Michelle, Alex, you guys can help me on this because again, I don't have children in the district, so I haven't had to reply or get a message from anybody. So when you open the app on your phone, This is what it will look like. Obviously, not Principal Rincon, but whoever your principal is or whoever posted last. You will locate the messages icon, which will be over here. You see that there it says like 21 notifications. When you click on that, you'll get to the messages page. Right, and then you can see over here, you can click on this. Oh, sorry, I actually clicked. You clicked on this little, I don't know, @ sign, and that's where you can then type a message. You type whatever message you want to do. You go add nurse, the nurse that you're trying to talk to, or the teacher that you're trying to talk to. Like Alex said, he can see the list of the people that he can message. Or you can, like Michelle said, you can also try typing the name. If you don't find it on that list, you can try typing the name and the person will show up. Make sure that it's the right person, and you can go ahead and message that person. Very simple. They will get the message, and then the same, when you get a message, you'll get the notification and you can go and see the message. So that's what we have for ParentSquare. These, just know that these are the basics. There's a lot more that we can do on ParentSquare. Michelle, can you speak to, very briefly, to the RSVP and the polls and how that works?
Absolutely. I absolutely love the polls this year. It's a great opportunity to give everyone a voice, and the other parents kind of get to see what everyone's thinking. I did one for when parents wanted a PTO meeting, because mornings might not work for everyone. And it was great to see, where the majority was voting, and that's when we're having our meetings. So it's really good. The RSVP works great because we get to know if families need childcare. So we can keep track of that. We also, if we're providing dinner for an event, we can know how many people will be joining, or if there's incentives. So it's a great opportunity to kind of gauge where we are with family engagement. And I love it because it's an opportunity to keep our families posted. Not every child brings home that piece of paper. Mine are guilty of that. Not every child, brings home a notice the parent might want to bring in. So we want to make sure everyone is staying informed and everyone knows. So if you're not getting messages on your ParentSquare, or you feel that you're just not in the know of whatever workshops the district's offering or your school's offering, reach out to the FCSSP and let them know, because there might be a glitch in the system, or there might be something at our end that we need to fix. But I'll tell you, this tool has been, especially for attendance, it's a great way to keep track. It's a great way, if there is a reason your child needs to be out, to make sure it is excused and make sure you're in contact with the school. So I love it.
We love that you love it, Michelle. And thank you. I just want to thank Michelle, because she really, you can tell that she's like, yes, please go use it. So thank you, Michelle, for that. Alejandro, do you have anything else that you might want to add tonight?
No, I'm all set. Michelle said it all.
We're all set. I told you all that we weren't going to take too much of your time. ParentSquare is very simple. If you really have any more questions, contact your FCSSP, and if or somebody at the school, and if they can't find the answer, they will make sure to contact either Deb Zimmerman or Richard Linwell, or one of us that works at central office, and we will find you the answer. Because like we said earlier, we work as a team. One of us knows something. So please make sure that you are in contact with the school. Again, please make sure that your email and phone number are accurate in the system for all of your children, because that might have been it, right, Michelle? Maybe like when typing the email of the other child, maybe an extra M went in there or a number went in there, and that's why the other child is not set up on ParentSquare.
Exactly.
So let's make sure that, let's make sure that that's happening, and start sending messages. It's very important that you have that connection with the school. The more we know about you and the more we communicate with you, the better we can support you and your children's education, okay? Alrighty, thank you, everybody. You have a wonderful night. Thank you to everybody on Facebook who are watching. Thank you, Alba, for interpreting live tonight. We appreciate you. And thank you, Deb, for for hosting us tonight. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you for joining us.